Property investment is the safest and the most effective way to grow your wealth. Independent studies the world over have come to the same conclusion, and that is that the wealthiest people in the world, they either made their money through property or they hold and they grow their wealth through property. I'm Neil Forster. I hold a degree in mechanical engineering from WITS. I've been in the property industry for 25 years. I'm a wealth creation coach. I'm a property investor. I'm an investment writer, and I'm the co-founder of Organic Growth. But I haven't always been in this position, and for years and years I've tried various ways to make my fortune to no avail. My low point came in November 1999. I was divorced and trying to survive another investment failure. I actually came within a few days of losing my name, my house, my car, and all my possessions. My personal house of cards was tumbling down, and actually everything seemed to go wrong. I got through that by the grace of God and made a quality decision to get out of all debt, and that took me 2 years of real financial discipline. Then in 2001, I decided to start again, with baby steps this time, and I invested in little townhouses in the affluent northern suburbs of Johannesburg, and I quickly realized that I'd actually struck a gold mine. I discovered how to use inflation and the bank's money and tenants to create wealth for myself. And within 4 years, I had to buy a residential property management company to manage my own personal, rapidly growing portfolio. I still own and run Target Realty, and we manage a growing portfolio of townhouses for investors who are scattered all over the world. Property investment is for you if you fit into one of these groups. I'm going to list a couple of groups now. If you fit into one of these groups, then property investment really is for you. If you're sitting in the job now and you actually don't have an early retirement plan, or if you have small children who are going to need tertiary education, they're going to need private schooling, college and university, or you're in your 40s or 50s and you're discovering that your current investments aren't going to cut it. They're not going to enable you to retire in the lifestyle to which you have become accustomed. Or worse still, you realize that you're actually not going to be able to stop working. And that's actually, incidentally, about 90% of the population. Or you might be in the group who are working hard and making good money, and you realize that you're actually going to have to keep on working this hard to maintain this lifestyle. And you're looking for passive income to replace your current your current income. And then the last group that this really works for is syndicates, property syndicates. If you want to start a property investment syndicate and you're wondering how to run it, how you're going to source the properties, how you're going to manage the properties, then we've got the solution for you. Then property investment is for you. And there are two different categories of people watching this video. You're either the do-it-yourself type of person. Now, the do-it-yourself kind of person is the person who fixes your own car. You know yourself. If you're a guy who wants to learn how to fix your car, you're going to spend years developing all the skills. You hang around people who know how to do it. You get your hands dirty. You do some courses. You look at YouTube videos, and you fix your car yourself. If you're that kind of person, you're the do-it-yourself kind of person, then we have fantastic courses and training materials just for you. And below here, you'll find a link to our list of property investment products page, and I recommend you actually start with the Property Investment 101 course. This course will acquire you to hone the skills necessary to start building your own wealth. Or, if you're not the do-it-yourself kind of person, you're the do-it-for-me kind of person. My wife fits into this category. This type of person is the person who likes to know a little bit about your car, but you actually take it to the expert mechanic for repairs. You don't have the time to read the books, to get your hands dirty, to do the courses. You don't want to learn the new skills, but you'd rather hire an expert to do it for you. You're the kind of person who just wants to get on with having a life and making a living. And if you're this person, then stay tuned, because property investment in a box is the solution for you. We've developed property investment in the box as a solution to those kind of people. We've got an expert team who will help you set up a proper investment ownership structure. We help you find and select great investment properties. We help you make the offers to purchase them. We then help you to raise the finance. We help you to investigate the properties properly. We do a full due diligence for you. We then go on to manage the property by finding you good tenants. We maintain the property for you. We manage your whole portfolio. So basically, we'll take the sweat and the hassle and the guesswork out of property investment. Now, this property investment in a box has got 5 components. The first component is your property coach. The second one is hand-selected property sourcing. The third component here is property ownership structuring. We help you with your structuring. and that we have a safety net, and then a property management solution. So you don't have to have the hassle. So let's look at the first one, the coach. With 25 years in property in South Africa, I can help you reduce your risk through my knowledge and expertise. I can help you ensure that you avoid all the pitfalls of property investment, and you have no need to go through hours and hours of training material and pay for courses. Basically, no more DIY investment disaster stories. There are so many property disaster stories out there, and they all come down to one thing, and that's people are trying to have a go. They do it yourself. All right. The second component is hand-selected properties. We go and source properties for you, and so we also source the right kind of properties, the hassle-free ones. You don't have to go out to look for properties. We'll do it for you. You don't have to waste your time with unprofessional estate agents who basically don't understand property investment. They just want to sell the property that they've got on their books. So we take that away. We take that burden away from you too. And the deals are brought to you on a plate in a format that's easy to understand. And each property that we bring to you has got a property investment analysis in a very easy to understand format. We basically make it easy for you to make a buying decision based on relevant facts, not on how close the nearest school is or how pretty the view is, but the investment facts, the relevant facts that are going to help you. And then lastly, with property, location. Well, this way it's sorted because your coach here, I've checked out the land and I know the territory. So you don't have to go and work the territory thing out. Okay, the third component to property investment in a box is structuring. Now, you might not have thought about this, but to own property, it makes a lot of sense to own them in the right investment ownership vehicles. In other words, a company or a trust or PTY, all those various investment vehicles. So what we do is we take you through a process where you get a property investment blueprint plan. I always struggle with that one. But we help you develop a blueprint for yourself, a wealth creation plan for you and your family. And we then help you to save thousands and thousands on taxes by putting the properties in the correct vehicles, the correct ownership vehicles, and showing you how the tax law works with all of those various vehicles. And then, of course, we have the death penalty. We're going to show you how you're going to save hundreds of thousands on avoiding the death penalty. Now, the death penalty is what we call estate duty. In other words, when you die, the government come in and they want to tax your property portfolio. So we show you how to avoid that completely. And we will help you to avoid the 35 odd pitfalls that we've identified of poorly established and poorly managed trusts. And then you get the benefit of our legal team, our tax team, and our property experts who combine to provide a really balanced solution that works. You might go to an auditor for tax advice or an accountant for tax advice, but you're not getting the property solution. You might go to an attorney for trust advice, but he's not going to give you a trust that is easy to finance and it's not really tax efficient. And so we find that the tax guys and the legal guys and the property guys, we speak a different language. And what we do at Organic Growth is we bring those three together to give you a balanced solution that actually works. And then once that's all done, we provide a simple step-by-step manual to help you to maintain the structure of trusts and companies to protect your assets. Then the fourth component is a safety net. There's so much fear out there about property, and so we really provide a safety net. And the first aspect of the first safety net here is the bank. Whenever you buy a property using bond finance, the bank does a full risk analysis. They look at the area, they look at the property, so they do a valuation on the property, and then they look at your personal affordability. So that's one safety net. And then the other safety net is you're having a property coach who's looking over your shoulder on a deal-by-deal basis to look at all the contracts, the legal issues, the suspensive clauses, etc. And your coach does the due diligence for you. In other words, there were no surprises with the lease agreements, tenant in occupation, all that. You don't really need to know about how to do it all. Your coach is there to walk you through those steps. And then, of course, nothing is complete without property management. The fifth component here is property management. And we take the hassle out of managing your property. You can sleep peacefully knowing that you're not going to get that Saturday night call. And it happens, believe me. That Saturday night call, you're sitting at a party with your guests, having a meal, and the cell phone rings, and your tenant saying, my geyser's burst. or my neighbors are noisy, or the dogs are barking. You'll be surprised. I've had the calls. So property management takes that away from you completely. And you can just sleep peacefully knowing that your assets are being taken care of, your cash flow is secure, and your properties are being properly maintained. We'll provide you monthly reporting on your properties. So every month you get a report. And then at the end of every tax year, the financial year, you get a tax report. And that will list all your income and expenses on each property for the entire year. And you simply take that spreadsheet and you email it to your tax consultant. That's what I do. So if you've decided that you're the do-it-for-me kind of person, or you're a property syndicate and you want to get involved in property investment, I just want to summarize what we can do for you, what our property investment in a box solution is. What you're going to get is, firstly, you're going to get an expert team to help you. We're going to help you set up a proper investment ownership structure. We're going to help you find and select great investment properties. We're going to make the offers. We're going to help you make the offers, and we help you raise the finance. We're going to investigate the properties properly before you actually make the final purchase decision. We're going to find your tenants, maintain your properties, and manage your whole portfolio. We're going to take the sweat, the hassle, and the guesswork out of property investment, which in turn is going to help you grow your wealth, retire early, and gain financial freedom, which is the objective of this whole exercise.
My name is Brian Davidson, and for a living, I'm an airline pilot with South African Express Airways, based in Johannesburg. Well, I mean, it sounds almost criminal, but, you know, just to think that I'm buying a property, it's my property, one day it'll be totally mine with no bond on it, and someone else has paid for that property for me. It's an unbelievable thought, but it works. What am I supposed to say? I love the idea. Absolutely effortless, because what I've done is at the moment I have 4 properties, and all of them are managed by Neil and his Targa Realty company. And it's absolutely painless for me in the sense that he does everything. He and his staff look after the properties, worry about repairs, look after the income of the intake of the rents, my payments, everything. So to me, I just sit back and watch it all happening. It's amazing. That's the big advantage. I can sit here in Germany for 3 weeks at a time, knowing that if a geyser bursts, Neil's going to look after it. I don't have to worry about a thing. Once I retire, which is in just on a year from now, obviously those incomes from the properties are going to be very important in my little portfolio. Makes me feel very comfortable. It's just been so foolproof that I would highly recommend it to anyone else interested in investing in property. And I would recommend they work with you and Neil.
I'm a very conservative investor, as my financial advisor will tell you. I'm not a great one for investing in the stock market. So I wanted something that I felt was fairly solid, but I was still uncertain. And I'm very happy with the unit that has been purchased for me. I feel a lot more confident, I might tell you, about the whole issue of buying a unit and putting a tenant in. I've been really very happy with the service that I've received. The worry of trying to manage it from Pretoria, it's actually been dealt with very effectively and very efficiently, and I've been kept up to date with exactly what's happening. So I'm really absolutely delighted with the service that I've received. It's good to have people who've got background and knowledge and know where one should buy. I certainly wouldn't even dream of trying that by myself. It's very helpful. I think the principle of buying property is excellent if you have somebody who knows what they're doing. My experience has been good, and I'm very happy to recommend, your services, and I've recommended it to several friends.
Hi, I'm Neil. I'm a SAP programmer. Well, I just started working last year, and I bought my first property now, and I'm going to buy the next one within the next few months. Seeing how easy it was to buy the first property, it's actually very exciting. I know by doing this and keeping this up that I'll make sure my family is well looked after someday. I know that my kids will be able to go to any university that they want to, or to any school that they want to. And it just gives me a bit of peace of mind. The main benefit so far of being with Organic Growth is, firstly, knowing that I'll buy the correct property and that it won't set me back a couple of years with a property that nobody wants. The second thing is the hassle-free maintenance of this property once I bought it. I barely think about it, and the income comes in every month. And then lastly, I know there's someone to help guide me towards the future property as well, making sure that I'll build up my portfolio as soon as possible and as quickly as possible. I would definitely recommend organic growth to other people just because it's a very personal organization. You have face-to-face contact with them, you have their cell phone numbers, you have instant access to a lot of experience and knowledge.
So if this is for you, then register below and set up an appointment with me to get the ball rolling.